In a New York apartment, Carter wakes up beside Perry, his date from the previous night. Both of them are African American. As he quietly gets dressed, Perry teases him for trying to ghost her. She invites him to go out and grab food at a Jamaican brunch spot. He says he needs to get back home to his dog. When she doesn't believe him, he shows her the photo of his pit bull, Jeter. As Perry walks to her kitchen, she knocks a beer bottle off a table. It shatters. She tells Carter that she'd like to see him again. He says he'll be in touch and exits, reminding her to fix the number to her door. The 9 has broken and rotated to resemble a 6. Just outside the apartment building, while he is taking out the cigarette case from his bag, he drops a wad of bills. He lights a cigarette, and a man with a coffee bumps into him. The drink spills onto the man's shirt. Carter apologizes, even offering to pay for the shirt. The man curses Carter and keeps walking as Merck, a Caucasian police officer, approaches. Noticing the stash of bills on the ground, Merck asks if Carter is smoking a cigarette because it doesn't smell like one. He questions him about his line of work. Carter answers that he's a graphic designer. Carter tries to walk away, but Merck grabs his hand and orders him to put the bag down and step against the wall. When Carter resists, Merck restrains him. Witnessing all this from the sidelines, a nearby vendor records the video, shouting in favor of Carter. With this commotion comes another 2 officers backing Merck up. 2 of them keep holding his limbs forcefully, while Merck headlocks him, refusing to let up, even as Carter protests that he cannot breathe. After struggling, he suffocates. Suddenly, Carter wakes up in Perry's bed, stroking his neck. He ponders on how vivid the nightmare he just had was, telling Perry that it feels like déjà vu. She jokes that it was just their first time sleeping together. A moment later, he shows her the photo of his dog, and her reaction is identical to how it was in his dream. He gets nervous when she breaks the beer bottle again. Perplexed, Carter steps out onto the street. It's all the same as before. This time, he cautiously takes the wad of money and stuffs it into his pocket and lights up a cigarette. He even avoids the collision and ensuing argument with the coffee drinker. Just as before, Merck appears, again implying that Carter is smoking marijuana. He observes that Carter's bulging pocket looks suspicious. Carter tries to walk away, but Merck grabs Carter's bag, demanding to check it. Carter refuses, but Merck restrains him and tells him he's under arrest. The nearby vendor pleads that Carter did no wrongdoing. Carter tries to escape, but Merck draws his firearm and shoots. Carter awakens, gasping in Perry's bed. As before, Perry suggests the Jamaican place. Carter hesitates and suggests they cook breakfast. As they cook, there is a pounding on the door and police demanding to be let in. As Perry gets to the door, a SWAT team led by Merck barges in, treating Carter and Perry as hostile, even as they are cooperative. Carter has a whisk in his hands, but an officer yells, "Knife," and the teams open fire. As Perry runs to Carter, Merck yells to confirm if this is apartment 6. Carter awakens enraged, cursing and startling Perry. He deliberates, then hides his hoodie and backpack under the couch. Ignoring Perry, he leaves. As he steps outside, Merck tries to stop him. Carter runs. We hear a gunshot as Carter wakes up next to Perry. He leaves again, trying to run in a different direction. There's a montage of him running from Merck, getting shot, and waking up next to Perry. One morning, Carter asks her what she would do if someone was always trying to kill him. She offers to let him borrow her gun, telling him she'd either kill the person or try to talk to him. Carter gets an idea and saves the beer bottle from its shattered fate. Carter steps onto the street and greets Merck by name, surprising him. Carter explains that he is trapped in a time loop in which Merck kills him every day, proving it by anticipating Merck's exact words and accurately predicting a few bystanders' actions. Merck asks Carter if he shoots him, will they go through the loop again? Carter tells him that they will and asserts that he is just trying to get home to his dog. Merck eventually lets him go. Carter cannot believe this. Still, he quickly turns around to leave. A block away, he lights a cigarette. 2 other black men run by, pursued by police, who confront Carter, assuming he is an accomplice. He wakes up beside Perry. He convinces Merck again, guessing this is the 99th time this has happened. Merck asks what Carter wants, and Carter asks for a ride home. In transit, Carter asks Merck about his family and why he became a cop. He even tells him about getting laid the last night. They bond. A moment later, they debate police discrimination and white privilege. They reach Carter's home. As Carter walks away, Merck claps. He applauds Carter's bravery. Today was his finest performance yet. Merck shoots Carter and says he'll see him tomorrow. Carter wakes up next to Perry. He tells her everything. She asks what he'll do. He says that he'll do whatever it takes. He'll find a way to get back to his dog. A list of names scroll, all of black people who died at the hands of law enforcement. Fade out.